Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my brothers and sisters. Good morning, and welcome to another another day, another edition of the episode of our Good Morning Grief Devotional. It's your boy, Pastor Corey Allen Duncan Sr., and I'm so happy and excited and glad and ecstatic and elated to have this wonderful opportunity to lead you once again today in another grief devotional. I want to thank you for joining us. We had some technical difficulties at the 7 o'clock hour, but thank God we have been able to overcome them, and we are here, we are live, we are ready to get it in for our grief devotional. This is just a friendly reminder that this is the daily grief devotional that is strategically designed to help you to navigate through your grief one day at a time. Amen. Grief, my brothers and sisters, what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, but we express it. Grief, let me start over. It is the natural and normal response to loss, change, and transition that results in the expressions of feelings and emotions. Grief is what you feel on the inside. Mourning is how it is expressed on the outside. Therefore, we don't suppress it, we express it. And that's why here we say good morning, because mourning is a good thing. Mourning is a great thing. Mourning is a grand thing. And we want you to be able to mourn meaningfully and to mourn strategically. And so we are glad to have this opportunity to lead you in grief devotions. Thank you so much for your presence and for being here. And we are just grateful and thankful for you on today. Today is day 111. This is our 111th grief devotion for the year of 2023. And I'm super duper excited about it. Today, we're going to talk about creating a new normal. Creating a new normal. Creating a new normal. We're not really going to talk about how to do it. We're just talking about that we have to do it. Bringing awareness around the fact that this is our new lot in life, and this is what must be done. Our grief quote today says, "It's no use getting back to yesterday. It's no use going. There's no use going back to yesterday, because I was a different person yesterday. It's no use going back to yesterday. Why? Because I was a different person yesterday." Let's get into it. Sometimes we wish we could go back to our yesterdays. Sometimes we wish we could go back to our yesterday. How many of y'all wish that? How many of y'all wish? I want to go back to yesterday. Can we go back to the days our love was strong? Come on, boys to man. We want to go back to yesterday. When you start talking about grief, loss, change, transition, the person you lost, the person that you love, the person that's no longer here, we want to go back to yesterday. We want to go back to yesterday when things were simpler and sweeter and they were less painful. We didn't have these tears. We didn't have these fears. We wasn't crying. We wasn't going through everything we going through and dealing with. Sometimes we want to go back to yesterday. We want to see our loved ones. We want to go back to the way it used to be, to the way it was, to how things were. We just want to go back. We want to go back to normal. Right now, everything seems abnormal. We don't like it. We want to go back to when things were a little more normaler. I know that's not a word that's proper. That's not good English, but I just say it for emphasis. We want to go back to when things were normal. Check this out, y'all. I want to help you. 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 Sometimes we wish we could go back to our yesterdays. But the problem is, there is a problem. The problem is, other than the currently insurmountable hurdle of time travel, we're not the same people we were yesterday. We are not the same people we were yesterday. Y'all, the reality is you are not the same person you were yesterday. Times have changed, things have changed, situations and circumstances and predicaments have changed. Guess what? You have changed. You are not the same person you were yesterday. Let me break it down. Our loss has changed us, right? It's changed us. Our ongoing grief continues to change us. That's the reality of the situation, right? We want to go back to yesterday, but you're not the same person. Your loss has changed you, right? Your grief continues to change you, that things are absolutely positively different We can't go back. Check this out, y'all. We're different now. We are different now. We've learned some things. We've lived through experiences. We're experiencing transformation, which literally means an entire change in form. There just ain't no going back, right? As much as we want to, as much as we desire, as much as we would love for it to happen, there just ain't no going back. We've learned some things, we've experienced some things, we've grown. And this is what you got to know and understand. The loss, the change, the transition, it's been rough. Um, but watch this. It had, let me say this, it hasn't been fun. It hasn't been fun. I want y'all to hear me. Lean in and hear me good. The loss, change, and transition that you've experienced, it hasn't been fun, but it has been foundational. I need you to take this with you. It hasn't been fun, but it has been foundational. They say that which doesn't kill you makes you stronger. What you've gone through it, and it maybe it nearly took you out, but it didn't take you out, which means it made you stronger. Anything that you tear down, you build back up. That's what bodybuilders go through. People that are lifting weights, the resistance, you break the muscle down, you work it to exhaustion in order to build it up, right? And you've been broken down, and through this transformation, you've also been built back up, right? That it hasn't been fun, but I want you to know moving forward for the rest of your life, it has been foundational. It has set a foundation in your life that has helped you to grow, that has helped you to develop, that has helped you to be a better version of yourself. Believe it or not, what Marvin Sapp say, you're stronger, you're wiser, you're better, right? When he sung his song, Never Would Have Made It Without You, we know, well, we assume he's talking to God. He doesn't say God or Jesus in the song, but you know, the assumption, the implied assumption is that the song is about God, right? And that's true. We never would have made it without God. We're stronger, we're wiser, we're better, so much better, right? But even you can take some of those same sentiments and apply it to the people you lost, right? Hey, I never would have made it without you in my life. And because you've been in my life, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, right? I remember when my pops passed away and went to his crib, and they came and they got him, and we got all of that settled away, and they drove away, and we were sitting there just processing everything that happened. And I never forget, I left there. I was headed home. I stopped at the gas station, had to get some gas. Stopped at the gas station, and then finally made it to the crib. Walked into my house, and this whole time I'm processing. And I went to go sit down, sat down, and I'm processing because it was out the blue, it was unexpected. And I fell asleep with the TV on. I was sitting on the floor by the couch. I fell asleep with the TV on, and y'all, I woke up, and when I woke up, I guess it was on BET or whatever, and I woke up to Never Would Have Made It. That song was on the TV, right? And of course, so I wake up, I'm hearing this song. You know how you hear it in your dreams, right? And then you wake up, and then you're shocked back into the reality of what happened. And so here I am back into the reality of what happened. And I just started, of course, I just started crying, started bawling because it was so applicable, right? That with you in my life, I never would have made it without you. But with you in my life, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, right? I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I'm better, right? And so sometimes when it comes to grief, we can get lost in the sauce, but you got to begin to realize, right, that as you move forward, right? We don't move on without them, we move forward with them. As you move forward, right? You are stronger, you're wiser, you're better because they lived, because of the deposit they made in your life, because of how they impacted your life, because of the effect they had on your life. You are stronger, you're wiser, you're better. You wouldn't be the person you are without their hand in your life, right? And so these are the things we look at. These are the things we celebrate. These are the things that we're able to look at and focus on because your life is better because of them. You're different now. I know you want to go back to yesterday, but check this out. I want you to look at this side of the coin. You're different now. You've learned some things. You've lived through experiences, experiencing transformation, which literally means an entire change in form, right? There just ain't no going back. Watch this. We can't return to an old normal. We can't return to an old normal. We can only create a new normal. We cannot return to an old normal, right? Nothing is normal about our situation and circumstance. We cannot return to an old normal. They're gone, right? So now it births a new normal, a new normal within us, a new normal within our routine, a new normal within our daily activities, a new normal in our approach to life. We cannot return to an old normal, but we can create a new one. And I know y'all saying, man, I don't want a new normal. I want the old one. You're not the same person you were yesterday. And we're always resistant to change, right? But now is the time to where we begin to create new normals in our life. New normals in our life. New normals. As far as cooking and eating, it's a new normal. You used to cook for the whole house ain't there, right? You used to cook for two or three, now it's just one or two, right? It's new normals. You're creating new normals. They used to take care of the car and the oil change and everything, but now you got to keep up and you're trying to figure out what do I do? And I went and they said I need a new air filter and I just needed my oil change. Now they telling me I need this new normals, right? 30,000, 3 months of 30,000 miles. Now I got to start putting it in the calendar in my date, 3 months as I get this new normals. Finances, new normals, because it was you and them. Now it's just you. So it's new normals that depending on the situation and how they left you, right? You may be well off or you may have to tighten up a whole lot of things. New normals. Going out to the movies or going out to eat or friendships, new normals, your daily routine, your nightly routine, the way you used to wind down, right? And maybe you will wind down giving them a bath, giving the child a bath or your grandchild a bath. They're not here any longer. New normals. Maybe y'all had cuddle time before you went to bed. They're not here. New normals, right? I had a member who died, who passed away, had a stroke, and his mama would call him every single day at 7 a.m., right? Every single day at 7 a.m. Had another member, her son would call her every single day about 3:30, right? And both of them looking for that phone to ring at 7 and it's not ringing, looking for that phone to ring at 3:30 and it does something to you. New normals, holidays, new normals, right? Mother's Day is coming up, Father's Day is coming up. New normals, the seasons, as the seasons change, new normals, because each season brings memory with the loved one who transitioned. And so, especially if this is the first year you're navigating through, now I'm navigating through these seasons for the first time without them, new normals, right? Maybe you cut the grass and she was planting flowers. So now you're cutting grass, but you're looking up and there's nobody to plant the flowers. Or maybe you're planting flowers and there's nobody to cut the grass, right? New normals, right? You start to develop new normals in the midst of your life. We can't return to an old normal. And I want to say this, and I say this with love, y'all. Sometimes we resist the new normal. Sometimes we fight against the new normal. Instead of embracing it, watch this, instead of surrendering and submitting to it, right? It's painful. I get it. But the longer you fight and the longer you resist, right, then the harder it becomes. And when you get to the point to where you can surrender and you can submit to the reality of this is a new normal, right? Yeah, sure, you might cry the first time you go to the movies by yourself or you go to the movies with your girlfriend. Sure, you might cry when you go to your favorite lunch spot, right? And you want to go and nobody else is available to go, but you want to go, but that's the spot y'all went to. Yeah, you might cry. You might sit there and weep, right? You might weep over the waffle, right? You might cry over the cream corn, right? Absolutely, you might. But the longer you fight it, the longer you resist it, the longer you resist adopting or coming into your new normal, right? The more painful it's going to be. Sure, man, the first of everything is going to be difficult. Yeah, you're going to cry. Yeah, it's going to be hard, right? But we can't go back to the old normal. We have to get used and adopt to our new normals. That, my friends, is a worthy intention. I'm going to read this page again. We're different now. We've learned some things. We've lived through experiences. We're experiencing transformation, which literally means an entire change in form. There just ain't no going back. We can't return to an old normal. We can only create a new normal. And that, my friends, is a worthy intention. Here's the glass thought of the day. I am different than I was before this loss. I am working to create my new normal. I am different than I was before this loss. I am working to create my new normal. Today is day 111, y'all. So glad that you're here. We're talking about creating a new normal. I want to hear from you. You got any questions, thoughts? Is there anybody in here that, you know, you want to share a quick story, a brief story of creating a new normal? Or you want to speak to creating a new normal? Has it been hard? Has it been challenging? Any success stories? What are your thoughts? Miss Ruth said it hasn't been fun, but it's been fun. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. That's an original right there. But it's so true. There are a lot of things that are not fun, but they are foundational, right? Walking 30, 45 minutes a day may not be fun, but it is foundational to your health. Doing the things that we need to do are not fun, but they're foundational. Saving your money in preparation for retirement or whatever the case may be, it ain't fun, but it is foundational. Amen. Come on through, Short Ridge. Classmate number 44. I love it. That is absolutely awesome. Yeah, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Learning to embrace the new normal. Absolutely. Any new normal stories? Any thoughts towards that? Good morning, Anna Mason Moore. My son's birthday is tomorrow. We're planning a small family and close friend celebration to honor him. That is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I just hope and pray that in the midst of that, moment, that celebration, give yourself permission to feel what you feel, right? Don't suppress it, express it. Give yourself permission to feel what you need to feel. What a great way to honor and celebrate, right? I would encourage you for everybody that's there to go around and to share, one of their most memorable moments with your son, right? Those stories really help you. They help you to overcome. They help you to overcome. They help you to remember in a special way his life, his love, his legacy. And be sure to take a picture. When y'all there, take pictures. Always celebrate and commemorate. Take pictures. It is not easy, but it can be done with Christ. Absolutely. You are absolutely right. Corey with a K. It took a long time, but I somehow, with God, I learned how to surrender and embrace the new normal. Yes. And it may take a long time, for real. It may take a long time. But when we surrender to it, right? When we embrace it, when we surrender to it, that's the key. It's the submission. It's the surrendering. There's a lot of things that we fight. And it's like the sooner you submit to it, right? The sooner you stop fighting, you stop resisting, the sooner you submit to it, it's like the further off the better off you'll be. And you'll wonder, like, how come I didn't do this a long time ago? What took me so long to submit to this, right? Because we wrestle. We wrestle with the way it was, with the way it is. We wrestle, we wrestle, we wrestle. But the sooner we can submit to it, the sooner we can surrender, the sooner we can submit to it, right? Then the better off we'll be. Good morning, Miss Rhonda. Pull in. Even after 4 years in my marriage and my husband passing, making decisions on my own, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. It can be hard. Not having that person there to bounce the idea with, or let's make this decision together, or what's your input, and especially if he made the decisions, and you just y'all talked about it, but he took care of that. But it's like now it's on me. I know, like me, I'm decisive. I'm gonna be all over the place, right? And so yeah. Did you see our lesson, 6 ways of making a wise decision, 6 steps to making a wise decision? Maybe that can be a companion. It can help you as you navigate through making decisions. But you are absolutely right. Anybody else? Stories, messages, thoughts on creating new normals. Stories, messages, thoughts, creating new normals. Widows, a new normal with empowerment. Carol says, I'm a widow too. It is a new normal with empowerment. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. This session has been awesome. When people ask me how I am doing, I often tell them God has had his hand on me this entire time. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to say good or fine. I'm going to articulate how, if I'm good or fine, I'm going to say that. But I'm going to let you know God has had his hand on me this entire time, right? Without the power and the provision of God, I wouldn't be able to make it. And it's important to have that opportunity to be true to yourself, to be true to how you feel, to be true to how you feel, to express how you feel, to reveal it. I love it. Trust the process. Yep, you got to trust the process. We had a lesson on that a few days ago. Or I wouldn't have made it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. This is good. This is good. Anybody else with a new normal story, thoughts, feelings, new normals, thoughts, feelings, stories, new normals? I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all just now joining us, we are here every single day at 8 a.m. We're doing grief devotional every single day at 8 a.m. Every single day at 8 a.m. We've done it this entire year. Today is day 111. So every single day this year, we're doing a grief devotional to help people navigate through grief. Why? Because not only am I a pastor, not only am I a grief coach, but I'm in this journey with you. I'm a fellow journeyer, right? And having lost a father and a sister and a friend and many parishioners, many members, I know how sorrow feels, and I see people navigating through grief and talking and dealing and grappling with grief that they're feeling on the inside. I know how sorrow feels, right? And so I'm in it with you. I'm in the fight with you, and that's why we're here. Amen. That's why we're here. No more questions. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I hope and pray your Friday is phenomenal, that your weekend is wonderful. Look, I want to encourage you, join us tomorrow at 8 a.m. for another grief session. If you have not, go to the Good Morning Grief Group Facebook group, the Good Morning Facebook group, and join the Facebook group so we can keep this conversation going. We want to make connections with our brothers and sisters. We value our village, and we want to make connections so that we can continue to keep this dialogue going. I'm so glad to know you are daily. I stumbled on this today by guys and tip. Bam! There you go, Carol Adams. I love it. Yes, ma'am. Look, we are 111 days in. So every single day at 11, every single day at 8 a.m., we are here, right? We are here. We are here to help people navigate through their grief one day at a time. If you look it up, go to the Good Morning Grief group. It is a Facebook group. Good Morning Grief group. It's a private group made up of all of our individuals here. And we just keep the conversation going. So we make posts, we tell our stories, we share our feelings. You can get information and inspiration. We all attended a workshop a couple of weeks ago here in the city of Indianapolis. It's just all things grief. So feel free to post, feel free to comment, to all those wonderful things as we're all navigating through this together. So I'm glad you joined us. I'm glad you found us as well. Sonia Perry, for me, I'm noticing my new normals are transactions or transitions. Seems there's always something new regularly now. It's so uncomfortable and uneasy, but I try to take one task thing at a time. For me, it can be so overwhelming, but I remember God doesn't put more on me than I can bear, then move even if it's one step. Small steps lead to great distances in my pastor's voice. That's right. Small steps lead to great distances. Bill, that's good. Noticing that my new normals are transitions, something new regularly now. So uncomfortable and uneasy, but I try to take it one time. That's right. Don't let it overwhelm you. One task at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time, right? And just being aware, having the awareness and understanding your capacity, your boundaries, and your limitations. All of those things are important as you navigate through your new normals. And so that is absolutely awesome. Thank you so very much for sharing. That is wonderful. Amen. Thank y'all for keeping the conversation going today, too. Y'all know I love the conversation. I appreciate y'all. Look, I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I will see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Go to the Facebook group, post, chat, tell us how you feel. Let's get it in. I love y'all with the love of the Lord. I'll see you soon. Let's go.